Oh man, that argument earlier was
Yeah.
But, it's like okay, okay, man, show me what you got. All right, it gives me an OAN segment. I'm like, okay. Here is like 3 different articles with intricate details of why the what you're saying is bullshit, fake news.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no getting through to that guy. I'm just gonna, I don't know, at this point I'm just gonna go along with whatever he says and just be like, yeah, sure, whatever. The demons coming in from the other side, obelisks and all that shit.
Oh, I'm just gonna fuck with him. Like I'm just gonna constantly post the emoji. So,
Oh yeah, the emoji, yeah.
so yeah, I took that screenshot in the middle of the stream, and I'm like, that was just too funny.
That was a good screen cap right there. I haven't watched over that stream again, so I don't know where it came from, but yeah, good. That was a good capture. My fucking camera controls are all fucked.
No, yeah, it's like within the next 10 minutes, they're supposed to announce it.
Oh, the verdict.
Yeah, the verdict will be right between 4:30 and 5 p.m. ET, and we got like 10 minutes left. So
yeah, yeah, I'm just watching it, seeing what happens.
I'm placing bets on third-degree murder.
Whew, I don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen. I have a hard time speculating. I think that it's pretty much a open and shut thing, though. Like, I don't think that.
Yeah. Like, it has to be one of them.
Yeah, there's no way he's going to get acquitted. There's no possible way.
If he does, though, like, oh no. Oh no.
It would make the rioting over the summer look pithy. It would just be, yeah. The unrest would be unreal, and yeah, I don't know if I wouldn't be out there. I'm pretty sure that I'd be gathering up some markers and making my sign and going out there too, because that would be absolutely beyond egregious.
I mean, I tell people this all the time, like, concerning what happened, last time, with all the riots. It's like, if you're gonna riot, like, I honestly don't care if you like start attacking the fucking police station and the courthouses. I don't really care. But of course, the second you start attacking people that have nothing to do with what the fuck is going on, that's when I'm like, okay, guys, no. I don't explicitly have a problem with rioting, because when you have a situation like this where right, so the police are holding themselves accountable, the police unions especially are not holding them accountable, politicians are not holding them accountable, the justice system is not holding them accountable, what are you supposed to do?
Right. I'm right there with you. I think that it's kind of, burning down a target is probably not the best thing. But if you're pissed off with the cops, I think that, yeah, going and torching a police car is perfectly fine. Going and occupying a police station is, I don't know, it's fine. I don't give a shit.
Because it's like, if nobody's doing anything, I think they're perfectly valid.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when it comes to this, like, as long as you're not attacking businesses, and unfortunately a lot of businesses did get attacked for no fucking reason last time, because people were looking for excuses to just loot everything, apparently.
Well, yeah, there was a lot of, during the George Floyd thing, there was a lot of people, like, out-of-towners going in and burning down these cities that, they didn't have anything to do with those cities. They can return to their fucking white suburbs and their little privileged lives without having to actually be involved with the cleanup. And so there was a lot of that, but that's been every protest ever.
Oh yeah, duh. I just hate that it happens, because like people, those kinds of people that use things like that happen to poison the well.
Is this that new Vegas mod? No, this is Fallout 76. Oh shit, they've got a rocket. I'm gonna turn my audio on the protest back on.
We got 6 minutes.
I doubt it's gonna be exactly on time.
All of us, the people, we will let everyone across this nation
like I was just saying, yeah, I hope it's a light sentence because he just wants America to burn. That's what he likes to read.
Oh, is that that one jackass?
What, Snake Man?
Oh no, I was talking about the the guacamole dude.
Oh no, I'm talking about Jace.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the guy with the Russian accent from my server.
Yeah. He's not American though, right? He's definitely one of those people that just likes to.
He's Eastern European. He just wants everything like in the U.S. to burn, like just because he thinks it's funny. And I'm like, well, yeah, I kind of agree with you. You know, sometimes things just need to go down. You know, sometimes things just need to fucking happen. I don't know. It's all for entertainment for him. He's just sitting down watching, and he's like, yeah, I hope you guys get fucked.
Yeah, if I was on the other side of the planet, I can understand that sentiment.
Well, well, yeah, I guess almost every other country fucking hates our.
I lost connection there for a second.
Yeah, you're trying to stream and play the game at the same time, and also be here.
I'm gonna die.
Buffering a little bit.
No, I'm trying to stream, watch 2 live streams and play the game at the same time. So I might be stretching my bandwidth and check my connection. Oh, my connection look. Oh, am I buffering still?
Yeah, you just. Yeah, you're buffering a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I just saw Jay said, I enjoy a good show, can't wait for when this shit creeps into the UK, too.
Let's see if that fixes it. I stopped doing anything.
Still a little bit of roboting.
Damn.
Alright, well, there we go. Seems to be...
Yeah. Did you see Steven Crowder's reenactment? Yeah, he's dumb as fuck. That dude, I swear to God, like the dude was on his like shoulders. Okay, like
he's begging to be banned from YouTube. He is fucking begging to get banned.
He's begging to get banned so he can be part of that bandwagon that just goes around and cries about how the censorship and all that bullshit.
I'm like, you knew exactly what the fuck you did. You broke YouTube TOS, bro.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is that in the video he made after he got temporarily suspended, like he said, okay, we didn't say we weren't against masks, and then like and then you look up Steven Crowder masks, and the first thing that comes up is like, well, it's like, well, if masks work, how come they don't?
Yeah.
Like, oh no, we've never been anti-mask before. We've never been anti-mask.
Yeah.
Like, he's a fucking liar. Like, he knows exactly what the hell he's doing. He's a liar.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it was him with the whole change my mind, right? Like, I mean, I thought that was funny.
The change my mind stuff?
Yeah, like, I thought it was funny, and I do like the idea of just going somewhere, setting up a table, and then, putting so-and-so change my mind. That I think is funny.
Oh, yeah.
But, of course, it's Crowder, so...
yeah, the problem is that he was incredibly, like, I don't know, it's just dishonest the way he does it. Where he has this issue... or he has like a specific book that you can only use. He's like a media trained person, and he's like going up against people who haven't sat around and thought about these things, and so I don't know. It was dumb as fuck. I have a whole spiel about how dishonest his shit is.
So much fun.
Yeah, it's pretty. He's a silly boy. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about that one. Is my fucking connection still shit? Yeah.
See what you're saying.
Oh, you're talking about through Discord?
Yeah, Discord. Like, yeah, usually when that happens, you're probably stressing out your bandwidth a little bit too much. Like, so you're trying to watch the verdict live. You're playing Fallout 76 and trying to stream that to YouTube. Uh, you have your cam on. You're trying to be in Discord. Like, you're straining yourself a lot.
Okay. Well, I'm here. I'm gonna hop off voice and see if that helps.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you, bud.
All right.
Fuck. Okay. So. All right. So we're gonna try a couple of different things. There's no way. There's no way that dude's gonna walk. There's no way. All right. Closing windows. Oh, why is this up? Oh, let's turn this off. I just want to play game and watch thing, you know? It's not, God, it's not that hard. Come on, computer. Do the thing. Keep coping? Okay, well, I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to mean. I'm trying to if I can just. Not yet. I got the honey texting me. Fallout 76 is overrated. True, but it's a new Fallout game, so that's really all there is to it. And I'm like a die-hard Fallout guy, so I'm gonna play Fallout. You know, I like it. You don't have to like it. It's whatever. It is way overrated though. Like it was okay when it came out, but it was like incredibly boring and there was nothing to do. And then all the updates have made it pretty good, and now it's actually a really good game, and now I like to play it. When I first played it, I put like I don't know 50 hours into it or something like that, and then it got boring and I just quit playing it. But you know, then I heard about all the updates and I was like, "Oh, we better try it out," and it was good. Jesus, they said by 4. Am I behind? Yeah, I'm behind by a minute. Oh, oh, oh! The picture has changed. What's going on?
All rise for the jury.
Here we go. Moment of truth.
Please be seated.
God, this is going to decide so much political discourse for like the next.
Members of the jury, I understand you have a verdict.
I'm so spooked. I'm like genuinely spooked right now. Like holy shit.
Members of the jury, I will now read the verdicts as they will appear in the permanent records of the 4th Judicial District. State of Minnesota, County of Hennepin, District Court, 4th Judicial District. State of Minnesota Plaintiff versus Derek Michael Chauvin, Defendant. Verdict, Count 1. Court file number 27, CR 20-12646. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to Count 1, unintentional second-degree murder while committing a felony, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed this 20th day of April 2021 at 1:44 p.m. Signed, juror foreperson, juror number 19. Caption, verdict count 2. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to count committing an eminently dangerous act, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April 2021 at 1:45 p.m. Signed by jury foreperson, juror number 19. Same caption,
darting around.
Count 3. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to count 3, second-degree manslaughter, culpable negligence, creating an unreasonable risk, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April 2021 at 1:45 p.m. Jury foreperson 019. Members of the jury, I'm now going to ask you individually if these are your true and correct verdicts. Please respond yes or no. Juror number 2, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 9, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 19, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 27, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
He should have known.
Juror number 44, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 52, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 55.
Yes.
Juror number 85, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 89, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 91, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 92, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Are these your verdicts, so say you one, so say you all?
Yes. Yes.
Members of the jury, I find that the verdicts as read reflect the will of the jury and will be filed accordingly. I have to thank you on behalf of the people of the state of Minnesota for not only jury service, but heavy-duty jury service. What I'm going to ask you to do now is to follow the deputy back into your usual room, and I will join you in a few minutes to answer questions and to advise you further. So, all rise for the jury.
He had to have known that he was going to get convicted this whole time. He's already been through the stages of grief. I don't think we're going to see him cry or anything, but like, Jesus. He did. He was, his eyes darting around like, well, fuck. Like maybe he was holding out that shred of hope.
The guilty verdict's
and now
returned.
it's gone.
We're going to have Blakely, you may file a written argument as to Blakely factors within 1 week. The court will issue findings on the Blakely factors, the factual findings, 1 week after that. We'll order a PSI immediately returnable in 4 weeks. And we will also have a briefing on, after you get the PSI, 6 weeks from now, and then 8 weeks from now we will have sentencing. We'll get you the exact dates in a scheduling order. Is there a motion on behalf of the state?
Your Honor, the state would move to have the court revoke the defendant's bail and remand him into custody pending sentencing.
Bail is revoked, bond is discharged, and the defendant is remanded to custody of the defendant. Anything further? All right. Thank you. We're adjourned.
He said we're adjourned, I think. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We've defeated racism.
They kill George. They kill people who look like me because they're trying to send a message that we ain't nobody. If you can hear me, repeat after me. I am.
The fact that this was even a question is kind of sad, though. The fact that we had to all sit back and wonder, is he going to get convicted, is really sad. That is the state of the state. I honestly didn't think that he would get convicted on all 3 counts. I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought that he was going to I thought the second degree one was going to get dropped. That was just like trying to be realistic or something with my expectations. So, yeah, for him to get convicted on all 3 is incredible. I wonder how long. Chauvin got to go to jail because we took to the streets. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different. That's right. No, I get what you're saying. Why do you said, okay, I'm configuring the window. You said, why do I have the feeling that the ensuing celebrations will look more like mostly peaceful protests? I mean, I know what you're saying. And yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that we're going to definitely have like riots or whatever, because rioters are not exactly like, what the fuck am I trying to say? Like, they're not rational or anything like that. I've seen people be like, well, why would they riot? They got what they wanted. And it's not, but that's not really the way it works. They just, get worked up and fucking go wild. I'm trying to configure this window. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. Minnesota, no, you know what? Minnesota, Derek Chauvin charges breakdown. I wonder if they're going to run it concurrent. The charges were, oh my god, you know what? Let's do Associated Press. I know that they had a good one. Oh, Jesus. Oh, they explained all of it. What about third-degree murder, second-degree manslaughter? Each count carries a different maximum sentence. 40 years for second-degree unintentional murder, 25 years for third-degree murder, and 10 years for second-degree murder. I wonder if they're going to run that concurrent or consecutive. Because if it's, obviously, if he gets like the maxed out sentence and it runs consecutive, then that would be 75 years. If they run the maximum sentence and it runs concurrent, then it'll be 40 years. So I wonder what kind of sentence would pop up. The reason why I say that like riots are not out of the question, yes, and I understand. Hopefully it'll stay peaceful. Hopefully it will stay peaceful. The thing is that if it runs, did I end stream? Or I'm just not playing it over here. All right, I got confused there for a second. But if they run it all concurrent, I can see people being upset if like they come away from it and he got convicted of all 3 of these things, and then they go, okay, 6 months community service and we have defeated racism, everybody. I can see why people would flip the fuck out and be like, no, I don't think so. And then they freak out and fucking, go and burn things down and shit. I can see that being a possibility. So they have a crowd outside the courthouse right now, but it looks like they're being cool. You know, it's cold out there. They're just kind of filming the building and doing what they do. Looks chill.
No! 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 Fuck they fit, fuck they curfews. We gonna keep going no matter what.
Yeah, this isn't the. I mean, I know I was memeing and whatever, but this isn't the end of it. You know, this doesn't mean. I know that there's a lot of people that are gonna act like, unironically, like racism is over and hey, we defeated it and we now know whatever. But it's going, like, this is gonna set a precedent for so much shit, and it's just gonna be. And the way it went so far, it's gonna be better. Should be low 30s. Of course, that's Minneapolis. I don't know. I wouldn't speculate on how long it would be required in order for him to pay his time. But I don't know. I have no idea. So far, it seems to be going well. Warm weather for them. Looks cold out there in Minneapolis. It was fucking snowing here in Oklahoma this morning. It was literally like 80 degrees yesterday, and then it was snowing this morning. I fucking hate the Midwest. I guess this isn't the Midwest, it's the South or whatever. But still.
But at least they talk about it. Now it's time for Minnesota to fucking talk about it. It's about time to have that conversation. All the way from Kenwood to Eden.
You just have to wonder if there's going to be some agitator that pops in there and just goes, hey, let's go burn down a bunch of shit, and then it fucking pops off. South Plains, yeah. And then it pops off, and then I wonder if a bunch of people are going to flip the fuck out and be like, look, see, there's nothing we can do. We might as well just stay racist. I feel like that was the attitude that everybody, well, not everybody, but like the conservatives would have whenever they would observe a BLM protest that didn't quite go the right way, that if it went, devolved into a riot, then they would just be like, well, there's no point in not being racist, I guess, because, people are going to riot anyway. And it was like, okay, I don't know. People are fucking dumb. It's crazy to me. But like I said, this has exceeded all 3 charges getting doing the thing. Yeah, it's good. That's good so far. He didn't, get out of the consequences of doing that bullshit. Frame rate's real quiet. He's gonna walk. It's a few idiots, though, doing the violent stuff. Absolutely. And it's not even really BLM to be agitators, to use the crowd as kind of like a shield against criticisms because they want to go burn down shit. Because they don't actually give a fuck about any of that shit. I mean, you see it. You would see. It was always fucking, some college white kid going into a black neighborhood. I'm sure the jury wasn't intimidated at all. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Do you know anybody in the jury? Like, does it matter to you that much? Or do you think that there wasn't, like he shouldn't have been convicted? Like, what are you saying, dude? Guacamole Kid, what are you saying? I'm sure the jury wasn't intimidated at all. What is that, like, what is the purpose of that speculation? Are you trying to say that he shouldn't have been convicted? Because, if that's true, then I'm sorry, you're a dumb fuck. There's nobody that looked at that incident and said that he should not. No, the people who were saying that he shouldn't be convicted were always using stupid ass reasons, being like, well, he did point a gun at a pregnant woman's belly once, and he used to do drugs, and so since he wasn't like the paragon of like the perfect human to ever exist or anything, then I don't know if he, I don't know if he didn't have it. Like, yeah, fuck you guys. You guys are so fucking stupid. Like, can you imagine? Wouldn't you be? I don't know what you're asking me, bud. I need you to tell me what the hell you're trying to say. Are you trying to say, because with or without intimidation, right? Just looking at the facts of the case, watching that video, knowing everything about what happened, yeah, I'm thinking he should have been convicted. So I just want to know what the purpose. I think he was guilty of manslaughter. He held him down when he was in distress, not of murder. Okay, they didn't convict him of first-degree murder. It was second-degree unintentional murder. Although it might have been murder. Yes, it was a murder. It was now it is certified by the court to be a second-degree unintentional murder. So I don't know what else to say about that other than it has been determined by a jury of his peers that he did murder the guy, 1,000,000%. And I don't think anybody said, no one seriously said that he wasn't murdered. Nobody said that George Floyd wasn't murdered. Everybody was that was justifying it was saying that, yeah, he was murdered, but maybe he had it coming. That kind of shit. Fucking bitch. I don't know. I think that it's they did know each other and worked together in a sleazy bar known for drug dealing, and they both acted in porn movies. Were all 3 counts murder? No, not all 3 counts were murdered, and I don't really care about all of that. I was just saying that when you're talking about the events that led up to that, even independent of all that extra stuff, it was still just. I think that the charges were good, and I think that yeah, he was definitely guilty, 100%. But no, not all 3 counts were murder. I think one of them was murder, and one of them was like homicide or like negligent homicide, like a manslaughter type of thing. Hang on, I just had it pulled up. Let me switch screens. Okay. Second-degree manslaughter. So it was second-degree manslaughter. The charges were third-degree murder, second-degree. Okay, so it was second-degree unintentional murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter. And he was convicted of all 3. The motive is the question. The riots were because of racism, right? I think it was just I don't think it was just racism. It was like criminal justice inequality in general, that black people face worse punishments. They're just treated worse by the criminal justice system in general, and I'm pretty sure that that's what the protests were about. The riots were white college kids going into different towns, going across different towns and trying to burn down a Target or a fucking torch a car dealership so they can virtue signal to all their friends about how fucking woke they are. But the protests, which had black people in it, those were based as fuck, talking about how the the criminal justice system was fucking over black people disproportionately. Held him down while he was in distress, manslaughter. But I don't the mob that assumed racially motivated and what the media pushed was justified. Okay. I don't think that he was that Derek Chauvin was like racially motivated. You do understand the difference between racism and systemic racism, right? Systemic racism means that the system can be biased against black people without any individual racist actors. You don't have to have racists in the system in order for it to be racist. So like whether or not Derek Chauvin is a racist is irrelevant to the question. He was the tool that killed George Floyd in a system that is racist for sure, and that doesn't require any racist actors to be involved. I don't know, a lot of people don't understand what the difference is between racism and systemic racism. It's fucking stupid. There was plenty of looting that was going on, lots of violence, 40 murders and countless injuries. Okay, I don't care. I don't care. That was a year ago. And a lot of the rioting was really fucked up. Some of it was okay. Like I said, those dudes that went over and torched police cars and shit, based and not cringe. They were pissed off at the cops, and that seems to be a good way to send that message, is to go burn a police car. Or that one police station that was occupied, I don't know if they called that the Chaz or whatever, but yeah, I think that's pretty cool. That wasn't the case. It appeared to be that, but I don't think it was. They know each other. Riots were not justified. Okay. I will say some of them, sure. You know, the ones where they go and they fucking weird. The one, oh, I'm watching a video, huh? The one where they go and they torch no. The one where they go and torch a fucking a Target or like an AutoZone or something is probably pretty stupid, but like where they go, they are rioting against the criminal justice system, and the tools of the criminal justice system are the cops. So for them to be to riot against public institutions like police stations and police cars and shit like that, yeah, fuck it. I mean, go ahead. Like that's the most American thing you can do. They caused $2 billion in damages, claiming racism. Good. They knew each other, both involved in drugs and underworld. They knew each other for 17 years. I don't care. Do not care. I could not care less. It is completely irrelevant to me. If they knew each other before, if they didn't know each other before. In fact, the knowing each other before thing kind of, bolsters the argument that race may have played a part in it. All I'm saying is that it's irrelevant, is that Derek Chauvin was the tool in a systemically racist system that took the life of George Floyd. Period. That's just... and the court seems to agree with me on that. I'm not saying the verdict is wrong. I'm saying the rioting was unjustified. Okay, whatever, dude. I don't know what else that they could have possibly have done. I mean, like if the rioting, I don't understand how it wasn't proven to be racism. That's a choice, but they knew each other. The media and Dems portrayed it as a racial shooting. No one portrayed it as a shooting. I don't know what you're talking about. And yes, they did. It is a fact. Cool. They did not cause $2 billion in damage falsely. Dude, you are so stupid. Chill. Okay. It is a proven fact that the U.S. criminal justice system disproportionately affects black people. Okay. George Floyd was black. Derek Chauvin was a tool of the racist criminal justice system, and he was killed very unjustly, extremely gruesomely on camera over the course of 9 minutes and 29 seconds, and it was just so beyond any kind of justification. And so yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and say these riots were unjustified because I don't know, they didn't check the necessary criteria for all of my personal tastes. That's dumb. They weren't. They were pushed by the media and the left with evidence, without evidence. Yes, they did. I have no idea what you're talking about. They were 40 deaths. Yep. Riots are messy. That kind of shit happens. Sorry to say. In the American Revolution, I'm sure that at least 40 people died during the American Revolution, but I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, you know what? Those riots were not justified because they didn't, fit the criteria for whatever. I don't know. What the fuck is this noise? Do I have Discord up right now? I have no idea what sound is playing right now. I don't have Discord up. If I could just get to a safe place. Okay. What the fuck sound is playing right now? Okay, my Discord is... Dude, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I have looked through all of my tabs. This video is muted. What the fuck was that? That was crazy. Okay, that was weird. I don't know what that was about. But that was pretty fucking weird. Okay. Anyway, back to chat. What's going on? What's doing this whole thing? Okay. George Floyd had done some heinous things himself. Don't care. Totally irrelevant. I said he was guilty, but it wasn't proven to be racism. Whatever, dude. At this point, nothing will ever prove to you that it was racism. People can. There's just nothing that can be done. You're lost. You just don't want it to be racism, and that's fine. You can just go live in a bubble. During the unjustified riots, but I don't agree with the verdict. But I don't disagree with the verdict. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what to say. You can say. I think that you're conflating a bunch of things. You're not understanding that I am not saying that Derek Chauvin was racially motivated in killing George Floyd. I don't even think that Derek Chauvin meant to kill George Floyd. I don't think he intentionally killed him. So that's not what he was convicted of. He was convicted of unintentional murder, right? So he didn't intend to kill him. So obviously it wasn't racism that motivated the killing. But Derek Chauvin represents a tool of systemic injustice in the United States that has a racial bent. They rioted over a speculation of the motive. No, they didn't. They did not. Okay, dude, whatever. You're lost. I don't know how many times, I don't know how many different ways I can explain this. But just because, okay, you don't have to have racist actors egged on by the media and left leaders. Yeah, because we agree and we understand. I don't know, I'm not for violent riots, but at least they are allowed to protest in some way. You don't really want to live in a country that doesn't allow any protest. Yeah. Protesting is based in not cringe. Also rioting too, though. Whenever I'm talking about rioting, I'm not talking about going into an apartment complex and burning down people's houses and going and stealing all their shit or whatever. I'm talking about if you are mad at a particular public institution, it's fine to go torch a police car if you're pissed off with the cops. If you're mad at the court system, then, it's fine to go and torch a fucking courthouse or whatever. It's fine. Says who? Have you ever looked at crime statistics? Oh, believe me, I know that you're going to put your finger to your chin and go, 1350, and whatever. We've been down that road a million times. It's a really boring argument, and it doesn't fucking mean anything. I'm not going to sit around here and tell you that it's not true. I'm just saying that there's more to it than just being like, black people are just genetically predisposed to committing crimes or some dumb shit like that, dude. They didn't know they assumed. They didn't assume anything. They made him a hero, and he didn't deserve to die. But the riots and adulation, I don't agree with. Have you ever looked at crime statistics? Yes. Why no hubbub over the dozens shot and killed in every big city every day of the week? All right. If you think that the murder of George Floyd was in any way comparable to like any other instance of police brutality, like you're just lost, dude. Like that right there was particularly egregious. Like that right there was beyond any kind of justification. The only thing that people had in order to justify it was the only thing people had to justify it was to just go, well, he was no angel, and yeah, dude, that's fucking stupid. It doesn't, that argument doesn't hold up, because I'm sure that you've done some bad things, but if the cop ever held you down and kneeled on the back of your fucking head for 9 minutes and 29 seconds, I'd be pretty pissed off at the cops. I wouldn't sit here and be like, well, Guacamole Kid kind of had it coming because, you know, he fucking raped 12 children like a year ago or 2 years ago or whatever. Like, I wouldn't sit here and say, yeah, the cop definitely should have, in a completely unrelated event, just kneeled on the back of your fucking head for almost 10 minutes. Like, yeah, that argument's fucking dumb. I agree. It was white leftists who started most of the fires. I don't understand. Really, what did they say? What did they say? I think there was a good chance it was personal. They both knew each other for 14 years and both participated in the Minneapolis Underground. Okay, that doesn't change anything. Derek Chauvin was given the authority by the state to physically intervene with a person. Okay, this requires that you have certain restrictions in place. That doesn't mean that they can just go around killing people. And so he was given this power by the state, and so that allowed him to kneel on George Floyd's head for almost 10 minutes right there in front of people who didn't have the power to stop him physically. Like, they would be arrested or some kind of consequence would befall them if they were to have intervened. They had to just sit there and watch him get killed. So, yeah, it's just not even close. I didn't say it was right. I think he's guilty. Motive: the riots were for racism. Yes, the riots were for racism. No one's disputing this. I have no idea what you're trying to say. No one said that the riots were not for racism. It was against systemic injustice on the part of the criminal justice system, and the cops are part of the criminal justice system. They are the tools of the criminal justice system. Racism, like, it's really simple. I don't understand how this is hard to understand. I don't get how this is a difficult concept to grasp. It's really, really simple. Like, do you know what systemic racism means? Like, I wonder if you can explain that, because I can. Like, systemic racism is when you have, you know, a system that is biased against people, and it disproportionately affects a group of people, and it doesn't require racists to be involved. Everyone involved can be not racist, but then if a person Yeah, wait. So they rioted before justice could happen. Okay, so a cop kills a black man in the streets by kneeling on the back of his fucking head for almost 10 minutes, and everybody's supposed to go, well, that was fucked. I guess we'll see how the trial ends up before we have anything to say about it. I'm like, get out of here, dude. George Floyd is dead. It's like, I'm sure that he's happy that Derek Chauvin got convicted and everything, but I don't know. Or George Floyd is too busy being dead to give a shit about any of that. It's just, I don't know. There's really not a whole lot that could, whatever. Justice did happen and they rioted for no reason. Oh, okay. So now it's no reason. First, you were saying that people were rioting because and now it's justice. You don't understand, dude. You just don't understand that it's not about the conviction, because George Floyd already got killed, right? So Derek Chauvin is going to suffer the consequences of the legal system for committing that action, but he's not going to. But that's not going to bring George Floyd back. That's not going to implement the changes. A little girl was shot by a gang member. Why are you I assume you mean why aren't? A little girl was shot by a gang member. Why aren't you protesting that? What do you? Okay, wait. What are you supposed to protest? I would really like to know. What are we supposed to protest? They probably rioted not only for that one case, but against the whole system in general. Yes, Magic Pink Horse has successfully rephrased exactly what I was trying to explain in a way that maybe Guacamole Kid might be able to just like extend himself to around 75 IQ in order to be able to understand what the fuck I'm trying to say. And yes, people get killed all the time. A little girl being shot by a gang member doesn't represent a systemic problem. Well, I mean, I guess it does, but you're not going to, but it comes down to the drug war. We need to, the drug war and all that shit. That's what it boils down to. They push that for political purposes. No shit! Like, duh! Yes, they pushed it for political purposes because they want change, systemic change. That requires politics. That requires representatives to vote in a certain way. So, duh. Oh, man. Oh, okay, it's friendly. Jesus Christ. Bye. Oh shit, I was gaming. They read it for no reasons, just it was sheathed and the other way around. I have no idea. I'm saying he's guilty. Okay, cool, then we're on the same page. We're on the same page there. He's absolutely guilty. And the the criminal justice system in the United States is absolutely 100% beyond a shadow of a doubt. It is demonstrably the case that it is biased against black people. Like, we know this for a fact. And so yeah. And that's what the riots were about. Not the riots. That's what the protests were about. The riots, were hit and miss. Sometimes it was privileged white college kids that wanted to go burn something down so they could fucking write their research paper about how, I participated in the protest or the riots or whatever, and here was my experience with systemic racism or some dumb shit like that. But, some of them were, let's go torch this fucking police car because we're pissed off with the cops. Oh, look at that. They abandoned their police station. We're going to occupy that shit. Yeah, I took it back, or something like that. Like, that shit's base as fuck. Going and, I don't know, torching a Walmart is fucking stupid as shit, but whatever. That's stupid as shit. So the riots were hit and miss, but the protests were absolutely on point every time. And some of the riots were okay, too. Like, you just can't deny that shit. It's just a fact at this point. Way more systemic problem. In 2019, there were 9 whites killed by cops. Okay. Do you not see the problem with that number? Do you not see the problems with this? You're just furiously Googling literally every talking point you can find. Wonderful. Awesome. Do you not see the problem? Guacamole Kid, do you not see the problem with an equal number of white people being killed by the cops as black people? Actually, was there any change in legislature in U.S. after this case? Actually, was there any change in legislature in U.S. after this case? I honestly don't know. I am not entirely sure. I don't know if it's been long enough or I have no idea. But we do need a definite restructuring of the criminal justice system. But I'm not really sure what changes happened in the wake of George Floyd, if that's what we're talking about. There is some of that, but look at the murder and assault rates. I don't know what you're talking about. Look at the murder and assault rates. Then they helped burn their cities down. The riots were a way overall bigger crime, more death and suffering caused by the riots. Okay. Riots are messy, dog. I'm not saying that they're not. I'm not saying... Shit, where am I going? I'm not saying that the riots aren't messy and that people get hurt and things get destroyed. That sucks. But that doesn't mean to... where the fuck? Why do I have a marker there? So to get justice, they burned and murdered. We should riot against the spoiled ass rioters. Okay, yeah, dude. You know what? Go right ahead. Get out there and do your thing. God bless you. That fucking sound is back. Am I in a fucking VC that I don't know about? What is this? Okay, what windows do I have open? Oh my god, I'm fucking dumb. I have a whole second window open. Wow. Okay, that's where that sound... I'm so dumb. Okay. Anyway, back to chat. What the fuck morons are saying shit now. Okay, hold on. So maybe we should riot against the spoiled ass rioters. Maybe a Magic Pink Horse. Then maybe Guacamole Kid may actually have a point. Like riots should have achieved systematic change, but they didn't. No, I just don't know. I just don't know if anything changed. But that's the thing. Actually, no, that's worse. If they did all that rioting and nothing changed, that's worse. Like, you get how that's worse, right? That we have a criminal justice system that disproportionately affects black people. We had a particularly egregious case happen on video, which then spurred riots. And then nothing changed. Like, if nothing changed, I don't know if they did or not. I haven't looked into it, but I like, that's worse. They use black people to achieve their political purposes. Oh God, here we go. I can hear the echoes in that comment, dude. Like enough of that. They. What political purposes would that be? I would really like to know what political purposes. Oh no, they're using black people to say that the criminal justice system is biased against black people. Big surprise. Amazing. like any political power uses race groups for its purposes. Like it uses everybody for its purposes. The point of a representative democracy is for representatives to represent their constituents. Okay, so they're going to use literally everyone and any reasoning anyone provides and any like issue that they're having a problem with to serve in their best interest, because the whole goal is to get reelected. And if you're not representing your constituents, then you don't get reelected. I thought I had a fucking miscellaneous. No, I thought I had a miscellaneous mission. No. Where's my fucking... Okay. I thought I had a key. I guess I don't. Uh-oh. What did I have here? The funny thing is that city is no shit. All cities, all large cities are run by Democrats. Okay? All large cities are run by Democrats. Okay? All of them. I don't know of any large cities run by, you know, if you put a number of population onto large city, and I'm pretty sure we can come up, it would be mostly Democrats anyway. Our insight, what a dumb fuck. Because like if you go to like, I don't know, Oklahoma, our large city in Oklahoma is Tulsa, and there's like 600,000 people in it. Okay, so it doesn't even come close to these large cities with like 1 million people in it or whatever. Because Republicans are more likely to, you know, be to run like well, you know, rural places, smaller towns, that kind of thing. Can I go in here? No. I don't even know what the fuck that's supposed to mean. Like, I wonder what it's supposed to say when they're like, yeah, but that city's run by Democrats. Because the Republicans, I guess, would do it so much better. Because nothing ever fucked up happens in Republican places. Or are the Republican places just really fucking small, and so nothing ever happens there ever? Oh no, it paused.
We did not know it. We didn't choose this moment. But God chose us for this moment.
I think the problem is that the U.S. political system is actually very unrepresentative, therefore undemocratic. Like, it's just two right-wing parties. No. No. That's not true, okay? It's not true. I know that this is like a lefty meme to sit around and just be like, huh, there actually is no left, and it's just not true. Because like then that leads people to say that dumb fucking bullshit that like, huh, Biden and Trump are basically the same thing, just with a D and an R. Like the only difference is what they call themselves, and it's bullshit. That's bullshit. There could not be more of a difference when you're talking about like education or immigration even. Like there is plenty of differences. I know that Biden is not going to implement a fucking like socialist takeover, and we're not going to murder all of the landlords in the street, and we're not going to abolish billionaires, and we're not going to literally exile all the police from the entire state, and we're just going to be an anarcho-communist utopia tomorrow. I understand that Biden is not that different. And you know, there are lefties who are politically ignorant enough to believe that if Biden's not going to do all that shit, then he's basically just like Trump. And it's like, cool. I don't pay attention to those people very much because those people don't even fucking vote. Okay. So if you don't vote, then you are irrelevant. That's all there is to it. Fuck them. But anyway, yes. But then again, you know, Biden is getting in there and he's getting that representation in there. He's been getting all kinds of the POC and all that in offices and appointing all those people to power. So we're getting pretty close to being representative. Oh no. Oh my God, I keep forgetting to unmute this.
I want to say this personally today. The thought that came into my mind when I held guilty was George Floyd on his last day, on his last hours, standing inside Cup Foods, dancing. Dancing. And today, many people who are not born yet are dancing because we got a glimpse of justice. A glimpse of justice. But we have got full justice until all of these families get justice. We don't have justice until we get the type of economic justice in this country. We don't have justice until we get educational justice for people of color in this country. But today, we are moving forward. And Minnesota,
he's a tool of the far left.
Let's carry on this burden.
His deep state master. Wait, hold on! You just told me in Discord not like 2 hours ago that the deep state has already lost, that they all got arrested or whatever. So you're just so incomprehensibly stupid, dude. Like, you don't have any coherent ideology. You just say words. That's what I was trying to tell you. I think it was yesterday when we had our little talk. Like, dude, it's incomprehensible. He's a tool of the far left. Please. You do realize that leftists hope that. He's fucking up the border. Gas price is going to go through the roof. He's fucking senile, or freaking senile, and none of his ideas are good. Now let's go riot. Good. Go riot, dude. Go riot, okay? You got a right to just go do it. Whatever. Knock yourself out, bro. And the cops are going to come over and they're going to knock you on your silly ass, and then we're all going to be able to laugh at it. It's because you're, we made you think it was racism. Yep, that's it. Yep, I've been bamboozled. I've looked at all of the data and everything telling me, and I've read so much, and I've looked at all these studies that show that accounts for literally everything, and the only thing left is race. And yes, the right haven't burned cities down. Ha ha. I'm pretty sure. Wait, hold on. Has there ever been like a big ass right wing riot or whatever? I don't even know. I'm sure there has been. There has to have been. We had the oh wait, there had to have been a right wing riot of some kind. I wonder what kind of like riot would have happened. I don't know, somewhere around like the Capitol on like, I don't know, January, let's say 6th. Somewhere within that 24-hour period, there may have been some kind of riot which resulted in the deaths of people. Man, I wonder. Shit. Like, look at Europe parliaments. They have 3 different parties for the right, 3 for centrist, and 2 for left. Something like that usually. They have different programs, and you have an accurate choice. Here's the thing, is that our primary process works out pretty good. Okay, there's okay. I don't know if you watched the Democratic primaries this year in 2020, but there was a massive diversity of thought going on within the Democratic Party, and the system selected the best candidate. Bernie looked like he was going to get pretty close. He was in close second, and the people picked Biden. Okay, sorry. The thing is that we have that diversity of thought going on. We don't need 5 or 6 parties or however many you were going to say. They push race to cause division for their political goals. Oh. Well, you know what? If people weren't racist, then we wouldn't be divided on racism. That's really that simple. You know what? If you want to stop people from pushing race to divide for their political goals, then stop being racist. It's really that easy. All we have to do is stop people from, make racism go away. It's really that simple. Okay, now you're pushing propaganda. I guess that's what comes natural. I have no idea what you're talking about. I haven't said anything that isn't true. Propaganda. Stay mad, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Going on. That's what they do. I don't know what you're... But, not every person who doesn't like Trump wants to vote Biden and for his program. But since it's 2 parties, it makes other parties' participation impossible. Here's the problem with multiple parties, okay? Is that if we start fracturing all these different parties, you're not going to get better outcomes. Okay, you're going to have 2 parties that represent the most amount of people because the majority of people don't actually give a shit about politics in general. They look at the letter next to the name and they go, yep, that person's on my team. And then they just go along with whatever they're saying. So I just don't think that there's anything wrong with the 2-party system in general, because like I said, we have a diversity of thought, and the best ideas or the best candidates are selected through the primary process, and the primary process seems to work pretty well of putting a diversity of thought out there for the public to digest, and then they select the best candidate, and then we put all of our weight behind that one candidate, and that's just the best way to achieve incremental change. Now, I know a lot of people think that incremental change is cringe, but those people are dumb. And I don't know what else to say about that. I mean, I can go into that spiel, but I'm really not interested in talking shit about lefties. Because the obsolescence of the Republican Party is my goal. I just because I don't like anybody left or anybody to the right of Joe Manchin is just a bad person. I think we may need to debate on whether U.S. needs more than 2 parties. Okay. I'm down. I'm totally down for that. Guacamole Kid is so fucking mad, dude. Why are you so mad all the time? Is there anything in life that brings you joy? I want you to tell me. Just tell me something that you enjoy. Guacamole Kid, tell me something that you enjoy that brings you joy. I want to know.
Collecting fun is what I do. I find Barney some
Okay. No, you're just gonna stay mad? That's fine. I guess just stay mad. I don't know what else to say. The Republicans, I love it. The Republicans are doing a good job of obsoleting themselves, and hopefully they'll keep it up. That's what's really great, is that they've done a really good job of really fucking themselves over. There's and what's really great about it is that the Trump coming in and not coining per se, but popularizing the word rhino, Republicans in name only and causing this huge, massive split is so fucking great. It's just wonderful because this isn't, excuse me. Because there isn't, it's not like on the left where pretty much all the Democrats are basically united in their message right now. Right? They all are behind Joe Biden. To some capacity, they're not dipshit LARPing Twitter leftists who sit around and their entire political identity is just shitting on liberals, and they just act like fucking conservatives don't even exist. Oh, that's a friendly. What the fuck is this dude doing? I like it. Anyway. Are you in a band? Is that your music you play sometimes? No, I'm not in a band. I'm just me. I played that music too. Oh, wait. That's what I was saying, is that the Republicans, you have mainstream Republicans, elected officials splitting the party. The Democrats don't have that. You have some dissent among the Democrats, but it seems like, especially during the 2020 election, they came together and united behind Joe Biden, and we got him elected, and we're in there. We got Trump out. Trump is, was a one-term failed ass motherfucker, and we're all good. And so we're done with that. What the fuck am I? Okay, I'm trying to figure out a concise way to say this. Okay. The major dissent that's tearing apart the parties is the difference is you have Republicans that are like elected officials that are tearing apart the party, and then the only real dissent going on in the Democratic side, where you have people literally trying to split off and form new parties, is only on Twitter. It's the Democratic Party. So people like AOC or like the Justice Dems, Ilhan Omar, and people like that, when they get older, they're going to be the boomers. They're going to force the Democrats further to the left. And then the goal, like the ideal future, is to have all these dumb fucks, socialist Twitter lefties get into office, and then they rise to power. And then after the Republican Party fizzles out and dies completely, then the Democratic Party splits. And then you have the Democrats, we've got Soc Dems and socialists. And then all this leftist infighting will become regular political discourse. And that's what we want. That's the good idea. That's what we really want. I don't know how feasible that is, within our lifetimes, but I think it would be good if that was to happen. Before I die, that would be cool. The loudest Dems are presenting as a unified front, but that's an illusion. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to agree with that. It is an illusion in that, they don't actually all agree on everything. But they've picked up from Trump's playbook, where once you're in office and it's not an election season, you fall in line. Socialism creates shithole countries. Okay. I know why you're saying shithole countries, because Donald Trump called a bunch of African countries shithole countries, but those countries are capitalist. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not married to capitalism. I think that socialism is a little bit pie in the sky and kind of hasn't been demonstrated. I think it's more of a political theory more than anything, rather than a practical application. But at the same time, I'm not married to capitalism. That leftwards shift has been happening for a long time. Yes, and hopefully it will continue to happen. If the Democrats can continue on this path, like I was saying, where AOC is even by dumb fuck socialist LARPing morons on Twitter, even by their metric, AOC and Bernie Sanders and them are like center, are like the closest to the center that you get. And then, as time goes on, those elected officials, probably over the next, I don't know, like 100 years or something like that, will force, actually, it'll force both parties to the left. That's what happens. Is because whenever you have far right people get elected into office and then they start doing their fucking thing, far right people are extremely unpopular because they get called out pretty quick, and the whole "it's just lay epic memes" thing fell on its face pretty fucking quickly. We are transitioning into a gold-backed economy. Okay, I don't know where you've heard that. I'm pretty sure that.
Girlfriend of the late George.
Okay, I was just checking in, making sure that we were still doing all right. But I'm pretty sure that the U.S. dollar is going to be a fiat currency for the foreseeable future. I don't think that we're going to. I don't know if you like it. We've already established, dude, that you were not in the military. You don't know anybody in the military. You don't know anything about anything. Kansas/Oklahoma/Nebraska/Iowa were strongly socialist back in the early 1900s. Cool. Yes, actually, I did know that about Oklahoma. The Green Corn Rebellion I recently read up on and recently checked out, because there is a Oklahoma guy that is also a metalhead that talks politics on the YouTubes, and he's got like 1,300 subscribers, and he seems like a pretty based and not cringe dude, and he talks to representatives and candidates and things like that, and he goes by, it's the Green Corn Rebellion, I'm pretty sure is the name of it. It's really fucking cool. Side topic, but I haven't played 76 and Fredder. How is it now? It is a billion times better than launch. It only just continues to get better with better weapons, better balancing. The mechanics feel better. Even the environment looks better. It used to be at nighttime. The oh my god, it would be like pitch fucking black and you couldn't see anything. So I would like build a bed, and when it would get dark, I would have to just like hang it up and like have and just be done for like a couple of minutes until the sun came back up. It was ridiculous. So they've changed a lot. They've fixed a lot. It looks good. It runs way fucking better. And there's actually stuff to do, people to talk to. It's not as in-depth or as like rewarding, or it doesn't feel as good as like Fallout 4 did, but it is a lot better, and it being online is pretty cool, because once in a while you'll run into a player that's got like level 400 or some kind of shit, and they'll just be like, hey, you want this huge giant pile of legendary weapons for no particular reason? And you're like, yeah. It's good stuff. The Amana colony in Iowa was an interesting experimental commune that failed due to human factors. Yeah, that seems to be the case. It seems like socialism would work great on paper, but I'm not entirely sure how to account for the human factors. I remember. Oh, I got you. I remember Fallout 76. Yeah, it is a really like legit ass community for sure. The Fallout 76 community is actually really awesome and not super toxic at all. I don't want to say at all, because I'm not super involved with it, but even then it's like it's way better than like The Division. The Division was awful, was like terrible at being really fucking toxic. So where online games are concerned, I think Fallout 76 has probably one of the best communities. What are we doing now?
The Republicans have been the enemies to progress up till now. They haven't had one single hearing on any police accountability bill. All of us, we're taxpayers. We're paying the police to murder us. Not only that, we're paying for the settlements for the MPD officers once they murder our people. That ain't right. That ain't right. In Minnesota and in America. Talk to us.
I told you! Guilty! Guilty! That's the catchphrase in Minneapolis today. Guilty! 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 And he got some shiny handcuffs because he was guilty! 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 And his bond was revoked because he was guilty! 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 I'm going to say it over and over again for the rest of the week. It feels good.
One more time, one more time.
Guilty! 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 Listen, there are so many lives that have been stolen. We started this journey in 2016 after the murder of my friend Philando Castile. And I promised them that I'd be right here as a state representative. They didn't believe me. And so now I'm right here right now trying to push policy that pushes Minnesota forward when it comes to police reform. And we're still getting the same pushback from our Republican counterparts who refuse to hear anything about police reform because they're in the pockets of the Minnesota Chiefs Association, the Minneapolis Police Federation, and all the other police federations, and they come to our hearings and tell us, well, the Chiefs Association don't agree with this, or the Peace Officers Association don't agree with that. The Peace Officers Association, the Chiefs Association don't get to tell our community what reform look like on our tax dollars. Exactly. We pay taxes like everybody else, and we're tired.
You know what? And I appreciate this dude just saying that he's gonna that they won't accept police reform because of a bunch of other things going on. Like they're in the pockets of this person or like this police union or this organization or whatever. When, you know, in my opinion, it's way simpler than that. Republicans just like it when black people die. They just like it that way. They enjoy the system as it's working right now. It has nothing to do with profit motives or anything like that, I don't think. I think they just sit around and just go, well, yeah, you know, we have to fucking go to the same schools and we have to go work at the same jobs and all this other shit. Yeah, I think that that it's that simple, that they just don't like black people.
Of it. I have a bill for what? Ending qualified immunity, ending no-knock warrants, body camera videos. None of that's being heard in the Senate. Right? We're trying to start a task force so that they can weed out the white supremacists, the Proud Boys, and the Oath Keepers, and the 3%ers. Hell, we had a police officer right here in Minneapolis who was a member of the Minnesota Heat, the city Heat, a known white supremacist biker gang, 56 service complaints, 11 lawsuits, and was involved in three police-involved shootings. Lo and behold, we showed him to his house, he retired. I think it has to do, we ain't gonna say his name because I'm gonna be in trouble. But, y'all can say his name, what's his name? And he was, wait. And the city of Minneapolis promoted him to sergeant. Right? When Castile was murdered, Andrew Castile was murdered in 2016. We were sold on implicit bias training, more money for training. And then we see right now today, Kim Potter, who's the field training officer in Brooklyn Center, killed Dante. We see Officer Chauvin, who's the field training officer and a sergeant, killed George Floyd. So we know the type of training that our tax dollars are getting. Y'all no longer get to tell us what police reform looks like. Exactly. I want to encourage a lot of black men today to do exactly what me and this man did. You see us, you can be us. Go to that doggone ballot, put your name on the ballot, and remove these people out of office who have been keeping us oppressed for as long as I've been black. Still, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I have to tell y'all, this ain't over. There'll be another police-involved killing in this state by the end of this summer. Until we put some accountability pieces in the legislation, the police don't have the...
My biggest issue with socialism as a practical political system is that it bucks basic human behavior and tries to get around that by onerous social control rules people just work around or ignore. Yeah, as far as I understand, anytime socialism like rises to power, like if you look at Cuba... if you look at Cuba and whatever, it always you see underground capitalism anytime that happens, and it's not like and it's not like a little thing, you know. It's not like you can have your socialist communes under capitalism. You know, you can try to do something like that, but it's not like that under socialism. You have like a huge giant, like underground capitalist black market that will rise, that will come out of that. And I think that we've seen that in Cuba and Venezuela and shit like that. Like socialism is I don't know. I'm sure that there are people that have sat around and thought about it really, really hard to be able to figure out exactly how to get around that kind of stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm just not sold on it. I think it would have to be demonstrated or something like that. And then the majority of them, like, whenever you're talking about planned economies, because planned economies that sometimes people advocate for, mostly tankies and fucking morons like that, don't really, they don't, like, planned economies have been horrific failures every single time. I don't think that they've ever actually been successful in any capacity. And so planned economies are out, and then you have market socialism. And so then all these people say market socialism, and then anytime I hear the things that they're saying, it sounds like capitalism but with collective ownership. And it's like, okay, and there's nothing stopping you from doing that right now. It's just, I don't know, it seems like a waste of time to me. Maybe the collective ownership thing would be super based and not cringe. And we can keep all of the socialism stuff, and have stronger we can have stronger safety nets, and, you know, have less things, you know, make it to where you don't have to fucking give up your entire life in order to try to be successful. That seems cool to me. Like, I think that like water or something is like a human, it should be treated like a human right, not something that you sell, and whatever. Sure, that would be okay. But then again, there really isn't a whole lot of people. I don't know if there's anybody that's starved to death in the United States. There are people who go hungry, but I don't think people starve literally to death in the United States, outside of, like, you know, being like homeless and mentally ill and unapproachable, kind of shit. Ooh, I ate raw meat. Hopefully I won't get a disease. But yeah, I'm not sold on socialism. I think that all the rest of it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty based that they, like, all the socialists are usually on board with all of my, like, social prescriptions. Like, we should fucking be cool with trans people and the gays and non-binaries and all that crap. And I think that's pretty neat. But like, whenever they get into econ policy, I just straight up can't talk to lefties about econ. I just can't. Like, they're so fucking dumb, and they make these really strong statements, and I'm like, I'm not so sure that's true, and I'll have to go look it up, and then they'll be wrong, and it's like, God, I fucking wasted my time fact-checking some dumb fuck lefty who doesn't know anything. Jesus. Oh my God, when GME was doing its thing, the GameStop stock, holy shit. All I said on Twitter about the GME thing was like, Twitter lefties econ takes were fucking pissing me off so bad. Oh, so you're telling me that money is imaginary? And it's like, you're so dumb. Oh my God. I think the last starvation here was during the Depression of 1893 or thereabouts. You know, I'm just going to take your word for it. That sounds right. You know, I'm sure that there's somebody out there has starved to death, but they're not, but not in any significant numbers. Personal freedom of choice and responsibility versus leave me alone financially sounds like libertarianism. No. Well, I mean, yes. The thing is that the term libertarianism has been fucking poisoned by anarcho-capitalist dumb fucks who are just like, deregulate everything. Those people. So, I mean, I guess so. If you want to, I would guess would fall into lib left. But I wouldn't go around identifying as a fucking libertarian because those people have a tendency to be fucking morons. Yes. I am no longer the sex number level.
Let's play.
Oh wow. That was weak. Weak as fuck. Bitch. Anyway. Small L, not big L. Ah, okay. Then yes. I don't really get into the like authoritarian kind of thing. But at the same time, I think regulations are really important. We can't have unfettered capitalism because that causes a lot more harm than good. There's a certain point where my personal freedoms end, where your personal protections begin, and I don't know. I think that certain restrictions actually give rise to more freedoms. You know. I don't know. Okay, wait. I'm trying to come up with personal freedom of choice and responsibility versus leave me alone financially sounds like libertarianism. I mean, yeah, I guess so. I mean, I guess. I am not into labels and stuff. I don't want to sit here and try to get into the minutia of like, I'm a thocdem, or whatever, because that seems to carry with it some implications that I might not really like. Yeah. So I don't want to identify as like a SOCDEM or like a socialist or obviously not a socialist because I don't agree with the econ takes from socialists. So I don't know. I stay away from labels in general. Just because it was fucking lit.